I'm Gary Coons, and I'm a teacher. But these days I'm doing something else on the MLA. And just a quick story here. I'm not going to sing a song. I'm not going to play the guitar, or I'm not going to dance in front of you. But there's a bit of a story here to how we got here. And I came to Prince Rupert 34 years ago, and was teaching in the schools, and started to realize something was different about this community. And I came for 1 year, and 34 years later, I'm still hanging around. And I really thought that as a community, as a society, we really need to look at what's happening around us. And you heard about missing women going disappearing along the highway, and it wasn't until, it was about 8 or 9 years ago that we started with a transition house, doing vigils and take back the highway. And in 2006, I went to a symposium in Prince George, and 500 people were there, and it was a Highway of Tears symposium. And I had just been elected, and I brought in a couple of my colleagues from Vancouver to come up and listen to the stories. And hear the heartbreak of what's been happening in the north. Not only in the north, but a wider region across Canada. And we've heard the story of what happens to Aboriginal women across Canada. Over 600, missing or murdered. And just along this highway, we heard the stories from the families, and the lack of support from society and police officers and workers. And 33 recommendations came out. And that was 5 years ago, and I'm like a dog with a bone, and I really thought that we need to follow up on what happened 5 years ago when we came up with, and I say we, I was just a participant listening to the stories, shedding the tears, and hearing what's been happening not only to families, but to communities, when they've lost a daughter, a sister, an aunt, a relative, and it just rips the heart out of a community. And a couple of the recommendations were pretty simple. Try to get some transportation between communities. Another one was create awareness in communities, right from Prince George all the way to Prince Rupert. And they hired some coordinators. The recommendation was 2, they hired 1. For about 2 years, and that was 5 years ago. And it's been sitting sort of fluttering in the wind with no follow-up on these recommendations. And I think it's incumbent on us to ensure that we bring forth the issues, and this is a key issue, not only for our community, but for the whole region. And the one reason that Grania and the Transition Society and myself got together with an idea of a poster contest was to create awareness in the schools, in the communities, and hopefully that's what's been happened in the last month and a half or two. And one of the recommendations was putting signs up, signage from Prince George right to Prince Rupert. And hopefully I foresee that perhaps we need a sign to finish the link from Prince George right to Prince Rupert, and this hopefully will be a step towards that. But back to the contest now. We had about 35 entries from the region as far as Kitimat, the villages, Haida Gwaii, and you can see them, and you can see the thought and the work that were put into them. The schools got involved, and I'm just so thrilled and happy that we've done this. I do have to thank the All Nations dancers, Lance and Bruno. What a song. Charlotte, my heart goes out to you. It was wonderful. Vicky, and Grania and Anya. I'm going to start calling you Anya. Anna works in my office. She works for myself and for Nathan. And Grania and Anna worked long and hard putting this together so that I could get up here in front of everybody. I also want to acknowledge a few of the people that are running for municipal elections. Kathy Bedard and Jackie Salem, and I think Jennifer Rice is here. Thank you for showing up. I did not do the judging. The judges in this were Mayor Jackie Salem, Mayor Dave McDonald, Linda Layton, Cindy Smith, Peggy Davenport, Cindy Smith. So there's about five or six judges, for a diverse range of people. So don't blame me if you didn't win. We had 3 age categories. We had 12 to 15, 16 to 19, 20 plus. And I'm just going to announce the 12 to 15-year-old winners first. And I do want to acknowledge everybody that put an entry in. They're fabulous. We've had nothing but wonderful comments about them. And there's a few people who did not put a name or a phone number on them. So if you didn't get a phone call, there's a reason why, okay? But if you're here, thank you so much. So I'm going to do the 12 to 15. Marina Manzini. Is Marina here? Awesome. And Marina did a wonderful, and we'll have them up for you here in the winning categories and all the other ones. There you go, Marina. Thank you so much. Chantel Walter. Is Chantel here? Good. And the first place in the 12 to 15 was Brandy. Is Brandy here? Brandy good? Oh, that's even better. So we'll get these to Brandy. These will be up here for you to look in the next little while. The next age category, 16 to 19, Peter Diamond. Third place? Okay. Second place, Dorian. And I know Dorian's here somewhere. And first place in the 16 to 19 was Charmaine and Edgar and Stacy Bolton.
There goes Stacy.
Don't be shy.
Come on, Stacy.
In the age 20 plus, the third place, Melissa Haynes. Is Melissa here? Oh. And the prizes were our vouchers for the cinemas, Tim Hortons cards, and Rainforest books. Second place, Lucy. Okay, I'll give you another one then. And the first place from Kitimat was Sheila Duncan. A really nice... And I'm selling copies of these if you want. And then there was a final winner. Who the judges thought really reflected the story and something that could fit with the community, and the judges picked this as their #1 prize, and it's Jenna Earp, and this was the #1 that the judges thought. You dressed, we were wearing the same colors. And this is just for show. And on that note, everybody, I do want to acknowledge that we're here tonight on Tsimshian territory, and I do acknowledge and appreciate that living here for so many years and trying to embrace and understand the culture and the journey that we not only as a community have to go to, but as a society. And I've walked with Gladys Raddick